What's going on, everyone? We are back for that FX show, Alien Earth. This is episode 7 titled Emergence. An escape plan is hatched, leading to a breaking of factions, betrayals, and a shocking confrontation. Lamont, what did you do? Oh my gosh, my guy. What did you think about episode 7, man? Leave us on the cliffhanger.
Hey man, I like it, man. We got a lot of excitement that's going to come in that finale, brother, and I just can't wait.
Oh, yeah. You think anybody else is gonna die, or you got any predictions, anything like that?
Uh, man, yeah, I got predictions, man. It's just a lot of this seems like it's going to play out the way I thought. It's looking more and more like the synths are going to have their own fashion, and we already knew Wendy can damn near control every island. I think that they just gonna attack the people they mad at. I don't know who's gonna get killed. I think that maybe Cavaliers, I don't know, his butler, whatever the dude is, something's
Yeah.
gonna happen to him for sure. A hundred
Mm,
percent, something gonna happen to him.
yeah, yeah. I don't like him. He can definitely go somewhere. Mr. Adam. I will say, man, with how this ended, I had no idea the episode, the series was gonna go in this direction. On at least two occasions while I was watching this, I just yelled out, "Oh shit!" Like because I just couldn't believe what was going on. One of them being, actually, both of them being, where Wendy is now the Xenomorph whisperer. You know, she's able to communicate with the aliens, with the Xenomorphs. You know, when they're in the lab, she's trying to leave. The guards are in the way. She's like, "Y'all need to move out the way." She does a little whistle thing. The Xenomorph is banging his head. I was just like Cavalier. I was like, "Oh shit, this is crazy." Now I'm rooting for Wendy. I'm Team Wendy, and ultimately, I do want them to win against Cavalier. But at the same time, I don't want to see them take over like this using aliens. That's just kind of weird to me. But me and Cavalier, we was on the same boat, and of course, we have that ending. But I still have this question, man. This is actually just doesn't make sense to me. We mentioned it last time. You can comment if you want. That lab that they're in down there, they're supposed to be a secure facility. But but not Toodles, but what is his name? Slightly was able just to open the vent on the side and then take Arthur's body out of there into the other room. That's not that secure to me. What do you think?
Oh, we discussed this last week, my brother. There ain't nothing secure about that.
Yeah.
I can recall B. Abram back machine to the Madam Web when a damn candy bar infiltrated that lab. You remember that? Come on,
Hmm.
man. People's labs be Avery in real life way more secure than these labs we seeing in TV. There is no way Slightly would have been able to pull a body through the vent because they would have had some kind of a containment unit on the other side of that vent. No way. I mean, this show, as good as it is, they have a lot of decisions that you know good and well the regular person would not have made, especially us brothers.
Yeah, yeah. So quite interesting. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that. If we're tripping or not. When the guards came in, it was getting to fly and contaminated and clear. And I'm just like, man, why don't y'all have no mask on, no hazmat suits? It just really did bother me. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense. But slightly pulls Arthur through the vent, man. Poor Arthur. Jeez, poor Arthur. Arthur was one of my favorite characters in this. He seemed like one of the smartest, one of the most intelligent, one of the most sincere, loving characters. Had his moral compass on straight, wanted to do things by the book.
Mhm.
Um, and to see, I don't want to say we've never seen this in the Alien franchise, but I do like how majority of this episode it was kind of fixated on him and the process of the alien laying the egg and it breathing and just something extra as far as slightly trying to feed Arthur or give him something to drink and how the alien responded to that. It was quite gross and
Yeah.
disgusting. Then we got Smee running in here and watching him, man. Very very annoying character. What you think about all that, man? And did you have any high hopes for Arthur, thinking he was gonna survive, or what you think about all that?
Oh no way. I knew Arthur was done. Like the steaks I be cooking on the 4th of July, he was done. And I enjoyed the way they went and gruesome showing that process, be Avery, because it's showing you kind of how they view us, pray for these things,
Mm,
and it gives you kind of insight as to how synths can be side by side with them or impossibly in control of these creatures the same way man came here and domesticated dogs, cats, and horses and wind up being their buddies. So it looks like synths are going to be able to do the same exact thing alien breeds, and this is going to make for a great finale and a great season 2.
well, I mean, staying on Arthur, man. Like, what would you do if you was in Smee's shoes? He trying to hang out and play tic tac toe, but he walk in and his so called buddy got a body under the bed. Would you go snitch or would you
I,
help him out?
man, tough ethical question, behavior, because they are both in essence slightly in Smee. They're basically kinfolk, and I think all the adults around them really don't care for them the way that they pretend like they do. And so if I was Sneed, man, Lord have mercy, be Avery. I like Arthur too. That's the problem.
Mhm.
I like Arthur, and I think Sneed likes Arthur because Sneed still is like a kid. I think if I was Sneed in this
Smeet,
situation
Smeet,
and
Smeet,
Art
Smeet, Smeet,
Smeed,
Smeet.
I'm sorry. I probably would stick with Slightly. Probably would.
It's slightly even wrong for doing this because his mom is and family has been held hostage, and he's under the impression that Arthur's going to make it. He thinks he's going to live. Like, wait a minute, you just said the alien was going to wrap around his neck, his face. You didn't say it was going to pop out his chest. So, I mean, he is a child. It sucks seeing him have to grow up like this. But
Right.
I don't know. It's really unfortunate. I really felt bad for him at the end when he tried to deliver the Arthur the alien to Maro. But the
Mhm.
alien was gone. And he was like, where is it? He was like, man, we tried. I needed help. You said I can't go by myself. Everything went wrong. I did everything you told me to do. He really worried about his mama. And Mara was like, man, I wasn't finna kill your mama. I mean, he didn't say that, but that's what it came across to me. But I did feel sorry for slightly. And that at that time, I don't know how you felt about that, but I wasn't like mad. It's like I was like, this just sucks, man. You're in a horrible situation. You know what I'm saying?
I felt for him too because everything you just said, behavior is true. He's a kid. He has
Yeah.
the consciousness of a kid, and children are not going to think as rationally as me and you would. If they were to put our consciousness in those sense bodies, we probably would have number one told Kirsch. Probably number two, we might would have figured out to be able to use our powers the same way Wendy can and handle the business ourselves. But considering where Slightly was at and the situation he was in, I can't really fault him because, like you say, he was under false pretenses anyway. So I really can't be mad at Slightly for what he did.
Right on. What do you think about Kirsch though? You did mention Kirsch. What do you think about Kirsch?
I, as much as I thought Curse could be like a badass the way they portrayed him throughout the season, and as much as I was starting to believe that Curse might have his own agenda, I'm starting to think that Curse is just really just he's no more butler for Cavalier. Like I was starting to think that Kirsch might be evolving like Ultron or something and might want to help the synthoids. But the more we dig into this character, the more it just seems like he is just an ace boon coon for Cavalier.
I like him. I like him. I was really thrown off at first with the way that he was cleaning up the lab at first. Just kind of staring
Right.
at the monitor. I was like, "This is just weird." Like what's going on? But when he
Right.
saw Slyly and Smee taking the body outside and helped them, like, "Hey guys, what are you doing? This is the fastest way here." I was like, "Man, what is up your sleeve? Like, why are you
Hmm.
betraying Cavalier? Like, you don't care about money and I mean, you got a body, you're immortal, you're AI, but they say they're gonna give you a soul or something, that make you human. We're like, what is the deal? But for him to be tricking them so that he can get Mara like that and flip the script on them, I was like, okay, this is what's up. This guy right here is playing some 4D chess. I did not see that. I like it a lot because I thought Mara and them had to jump on him. I was like, man,
No.
they actually infiltrated this facility and they came across quite easy. But no, Kirsch knew what was going on the whole time and had a plan. I like
Right.
that a lot. So
So
I
so
was
that's why I'm
go ahead.
sorry, B. I
No,
was
go ahead.
saying that's why I'm saying he's basically the scientific right hand of Cavalier. He's
Yeah,
watching out for his best interest. He wasn't going to let them sneak up on that island and take the specimens and do anything like that. He was hatching his own plan basically to save the island and Cavalier.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, it's pretty dope. We got to see how this all gonna play out. How do you feel about Curly, dark hair one? She's let me get a nice little picture of her
She's
right
the one that thinks that Cavalier likes her as much as Wendy or what may have you.
Mhm, mhm.
I just do I just
She didn't wanna go with Wendy and them, when she's like, "Hey, I don't think we're safe." She goes in there and start talking to Dame, her mom or whatever, but what you think about Curly, man? How you think she gonna turn out?
it's hard to say with her. She seems like her synth defect is people pleasing.
Mm,
She wants to please Cavalier so badly, and she wants to be liked so badly. She's kind of like the synth that needs social media applause and approval in order to make it in life. And I don't know if she's gonna ever snap out of this. I don't know what it's gonna take for her to snap out of this, man. And if if I'm thinking that these synths and Wendy are all gonna team up, she could be a problem for that team up, possibly.
do you care if she lives or dies? You care about her like that, or
Yes.
it don't really matter? Yeah, same here.
Mhm. No, I don't care.
Have you seen Avatar 2, Way of the Water, The Way of the Water?
I have not.
You have not, okay. Well, I was gonna relate that to a scene here, but I'm still gonna bring it up anyway. As they're
Okay.
trying to get off the island, they come up on the grave site and they see where their bodies have been buried. Do you really
Mhm.
think their bodies are there, or you think that's just for show? Because Wendy was like, "That's not us. We're still here." You know, and the question still
I
it hasn't really been answered. Like, is that really? Is their soul consciousness really in the bodies, or is it just AI that's been programmed to think that it's them? You know. But mainly, do you think those bodies are on the ground?
I do think those bodies are in the ground, and I do believe that their souls and their consciousness and all their neutrons and the electrical impulses, I do think that they are in the sense because Cavalier is about that money. And if you can really do this to people so that they can have immortality, he thinks that he's going to be rich. And I can see he became a boy genius, a boy rich guy on these type of experiments. So I do think that these people's consciousness, their neurons, their electrons, sense. And I do think that those bodies are truly buried there.
Really? Okay. Okay. I'm leaning towards that as well, man. I think that the consciousness is really there as well. I don't think it's just some AI. But
No.
I will say this though. I did not like I didn't like all the soldiers dying by the alien
Yeah.
when Wendy, I do kind of feel some type of way that it's so many and they have these bullets and they're not able to take out the xenomorph. However, the electricity blast is. So you can tell me what you think about that. But like, am I tripping
B,
or
I don't know. I don't know about that one, B. Like, well, I guess let's just take it for comic book lore, TV show lore, that type of thing. Let's just say we're gonna run with that.
okay?
Superman can handle bullets, right? He can handle
Right.
bullets. But if you zap him with enough electricity, his ass is gonna go down. And maybe that's the same concept they're trying to give us with the xenomorph. It's just that in past of xenomorphs, we've seen them go down to um, gunfire,
Mm-hmm.
gunplay, laser
Yeah.
play. We've seen that happen, and so it makes you wonder: are they using rubber weapons to try to take the xenomorph down because their orders are to not kill it but bring it back intact?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I just it seemed like they're just getting ran through too easily.
Right.
Maybe if there was more than one alien and they was able to kill one but not the other one, I would be a bit more satisfied. But I don't know. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping or not with that. But
No, you're not tripping. You're not
I, I
tripping.
I guess I was tripping though with Arthur thinking that he had a chance to survive because when he came to and was walking on the beach, it's like, okay, guys, it'll be okay. Just tell me what's going on. We're friends. We can fix it. And they're like, bro, you got an alien in your chest. They didn't even know that, but it popped out. I was hoping that they was gonna hurry up and tell him. And he's smart as hell. He got like 6 degrees, and
Yeah.
they was gonna do something and be able to get the alien to, him to throw it up out of his mouth or something. No, man, that didn't happen. We got to support. Arthur had to suffer, man. Arthur, like, he didn't even pass. He don't even pass out immediately. Like, he was still alive watching it. Like, ugh, awful, man. He
Yeah,
holding
that
their
was
hand
that
and
was the
stuff.
hard part. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like the gruesome. They went all the way in on that scene with Arthur. They went in, and you know what? The writers, I feel like they knew that the audience would be emotionally attacked to Arthur because he tried to do the right thing. He
Hmm.
tried to do the right thing, and when people try to do the right thing amongst a sea of evil, a sea of antagonists, you tend to bond with that character. And talk about sending him out with a bang, bang right through the chest.
Yeah. Man, let's talk about your favorite character, Octo-Eye. Octo-Eye. Got to be my girlfriend.
And it's a she.
Cavalier is freaking out, man. Cavalier's getting off over there. You're like, oh my God, you're such an intelligent character. How many numbers are on the page? What comes next in the sequence? We got to get you into a body. And he said, yeah, a soldier. But then he said just some janitor or something like that. He didn't say janitor. I can't remember exactly what he said. Then he
Right.
said, I know exactly who we need to feed to you. What a human being. Who is it going to be, Lamont? In episode 8, who is it going to be? That's scary.
W- We this person was supposed to be, I think it's going to be Wendy's brother because this person was supposed to been earlier in the episode in the season and he survived somehow some way. He was supposed to be in the sacrifice for slightly. Didn't work
Hmm.
out that way. And now
Hmm.
you've got Wendy's brother the team. Cavalier don't want someone who he thinks is menacing, so he don't want a soldier or anything like that. And I could easily see him trying to feed Madam Octo-Eye to Wendy's brother, and that be a thing that made Wendy go the hell off. I'm talking she's going to turn into Storm up on that island and raise up everything.
Yeah, I can see it too, man. Can you see Wendy turning on her brother though? Because Nibs, her crazy vampire ass is ripping off people's face. That was gross. Wendy's punching the hell out of people like the Hulk.
Yeah.
People are, like the episode says, shocking confrontation, breaking of factions, betrayals, shocking confrontations, and what is his name? What's Wendy brother name? I forgot. Joe. I can't remember. I just slipped my mind that quick. My
Joe,
goodness.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe, Mr. Hermit, man. He was like, "Hey, y'all can't hurt my people," and shot Nibs and shocked her. And Wendy's pissed.
Yeah.
What did you do? Is she gonna kill her brother? How's this gonna end, Lamont? What's gonna happen next? Because they're friends right here, but
I don't think she's going to kill her brother because him before she's kind of felt a certain kind of way about him before. And I think Wendy, deep down on the inside, she wants a family connection, and that's kind of why I feel like she's building this relationship with the sense. But I also feel like she really deeply truly loves her brother, and I don't think she's going to I think she'll forgive him somehow, some way, or she'll be mad with him and Madam Octo-Eye will jump on him, and then she might have to save him or help him out, and that might snap her back into realizing this was my human brother and he's still here as I'm part human, part synth. I need him, and maybe that'll bond them together. But I don't think she's gonna hurt him.
I hope not, man. That would be too bad. That would be too sad, you know.
Right.
Are those your final thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I'm just my final thought is bring on the finale, bro. I just can't wait to see how they finish all this stuff. I know there's going to have to be a cliff season, and I'm wondering how that's going to go. And I want to know what of these creatures is going to survive. Be like, you got to think you've got another trillionaire trying to encroach to get these things back. Cyborgs there, you've got them fighting. You've got Xenomorphs taking out everybody, and you got the synths who seem like they're upset. You got the brother who's in a mess. I want to see how they clean up all this stuff, be Avery. And I'm very interested in Madam Octo-Eye and what's going to
Yes.
happen with her.
Yes. Like you said, Lamont, they do have a lot to clean up, and I can't wait. I think they stick the landing. I think you'll be pretty happy. It does end on the cliffhanger. I can't wait to talk about it with you. I can't wait for season two. You know, it's going down, man. It's going down. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to thank you so much for tuning in to our Alien Earth recap review for episode 7, Emergence. Next week, it is going down, the season finale. The Real Monsters, a new power dynamic emerges. Dun, dun, dun. If you're watching this on my channel, please subscribe to Lamont's channel. And if you're watching this on Lamont's channel, please subscribe to my channel. We both will really appreciate it. But before we go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Lamont, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.